But first, we'll go back to the National Western Stock Show for another competition just as important as the rodeo.
Pretty emotional for you.
Very, very. Here's Dad right here.
Jamie Glover's son Tommy has just won Reserve Grand Champion steer at the National Western Stock Show.
Yes, sir. He's the Reserve Grand Champion, so it's pretty exciting. So he's worked real hard this year. I'm super proud of him. So.
Hey, you done real good.
How's it feel?
Good.
For the thousands of young people who raise an animal to show at the local fair, Tommy's accomplishment is like winning the Super Bowl, and he's just 13.
Pretty emotional, huh?
Yeah.
People from more than a dozen states come here to exhibit their prized cow and livestock shows and other animal competitions.
What's it take to have a good stock dog?
A lot of time, a lot of practice.
The stock show began back in 1906, 25 years before the rodeo joined the event. As exciting as the rodeo is, the stock show is the bigger part of the National Western Stock Show. Hundreds of animals of all kinds go through here being shown and sold, including these buffalo. But what's really impressive are all the sharp young people here with their cherished animals, getting them shined up for their moment in the spotlight after months of hard work.
Yes, you learn a lot of life lessons through showing cattle.
You learn how to work hard and never give up.
They learn through the 4-H leaders, they learn through the competition at the local fairs, and the kids that come here are highly trained, but they work an awful lot to get these animals to the status that they are.
This is very important work. After all, if you eat meat, these are the people producing our food supply. Upstairs, a different kind of prized steer, one you can climb on board and pose for a picture at the vendor show. There are booths displaying all kinds of products connected to agriculture, plus lots of cool Western stuff. Our Reserve Grand Champion Tommy could buy himself a present here. His Reserve Grand Champion steer sold for $84,000. And the Grand Champion steer raised by 13-year-old Lily Skiles went for $140,000. Both Lily and Tommy and their steers were honored in downtown Denver with a festive reception at the historic Brown Palace Hotel.
It started 73 years ago, and at that time the managing director had a friend that his steer was the Grand Champion steer. So he said, hey, got an awesome idea.
And the media were out in full force to cover this annual tradition.
You can't make this up?
No, you can't. You can't make, I mean, this is beautiful. It's wonderful.
It feels good.
Yeah?
Very nervous.
Built in 1892 and in business every day since, the Brown Palace Hotel is a splendid example of Denver's beautifully preserved historic buildings. But the project that is the true centerpiece of the city's historic preservation efforts is Union Station.